Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Please let me know if you can hear me, please, before we move ahead. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Okay, Tayo, good afternoon. Good to have you here. Please, can others hear me also, please? If you can hear me, kindly unmute or you give a response or an emoji if you can hear me, please.
Good afternoon.
Mm.
Okay,
Good
good
afternoon.
afternoon. All right, good afternoon, Padanli. Good afternoon,
Good afternoon.
Vincent. All right, it's a
Yeah.
great time. Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and Happy New Year. Let me welcome us officially to 2024. I'm so glad at least we all started this SQL session together from December 2023, and now we are here again in 2024 to continue learning again. I'm so glad and I'm so excited that we have actually taken this to heart and we are ready to continue this to learn more. Let me just say to learn more and to acquire the skills that is relevant for this digital era. So my name is Esther Edidi once again as Director of Program for WatchPIF. So I want to welcome everybody who are on this platform to this amazing session. I would like to appreciate our facilitator. Please, can we do a thumbs up or a round of applause for our facilitator? It's not been easy. He has been with us and trying to make sure it keeps us in line. Please, let's appreciate our facilitator. If we can all unmute and say thank you, Tayo, or we can clap, do an emoji. Let's just respond to appreciate
Thank you,
Tayo, please.
Tayo.
All right, thank
Thank you,
you.
Tayo.
Thank
Thank you,
Tayo. I hope
Tayo.
you can hear this. Thank you very, very much. So please, let's just give others few minutes to join. Tayo, please, when it's 12:05, we'll commence, please. Let me just give room for other people to join. Let me announce on the platform so they can, or send a reminder to them so they can join, please. Tayo.
Okay,
Thank you
that's
very
fine.
much. All right,
You're
thank you.
welcome. Okay, so it's 12:05. I think we can start. We can turn off our videos so that people will not be distracted, please. We can turn off our video. Let's have our audio on. Right. Thank you very much. Um okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, we can all hear me. Okay, that's good. Esther has welcomed us into a new year. From my hand here, I'm saying happy new year once again. It's good to have everyone here, and then for you to be here again, that means you actually want to add to your knowledge, and then you want to learn again this year. We started last year. We were able to do some things, and then today being the third class, and next class being the last class, we are going to continue where we stopped. But my focus today, I want to ensure that we do more of practicals, right? Because the reality is anybody can go online and go and search for information, right? And then you're able to read, but it's the application of those things that's where many people get stuck, right? Many people get stuck, and if you get stuck, you're not the only one. I get stuck too in some situation, right? Not only in SQL when you're trying to acquire a new skill. So don't feel as if you're getting something wrong, right? It's not, because there are a lot of things that the information that is out there, they are hiding away from us. But from this class today, I will see how we can be able to move again, and then try and see how we can be able to finish up where we stopped. So that is what we are going to do today. Just give me a second. I'm trying to get. Just give me a second. I will disconnect and I will connect now, please. Okay, I'm back. Hope you can hear me, please.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, good, good. All right. So I'm going to share my screen, and then so that we can get started quickly, right? It won't be as long. The class won't be that long today, so that we are not taking too much. So let me share my screen. Let me know if you can all see my screen. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so from our last class, let me just run through quickly what we have done. We talk about what SQL is. I guess some people can call it SQL, some call it SQL. Yeah, standard English query language, standard query language. We mentioned that, right? And this is what we have here. We said this for everybody. You can learn this. It can become useful, right? As a database engineer, as a business analyst, strategists, marketers, you may have to do that. I've told you that we can use SQL to retrieve queries against database to update, and a lot that you can do, right? We mentioned that when we're talking about the SQL, you have to talk about a database because your record is stored in a database. And we said database is a combination of one or more tables, right? And when you have a table, you have rows in the table, you have columns in the table, and those are the things you query. And don't forget, this is where we practice. It's a free online uh, this website here where you can just go on your phone or anywhere and begin to practice. The database is there, then you can practice. Where you're in the bus, you're feeling bored, you can go there, then you practice. It's because at times in those days when we were learning and other people are learning, you have to install database on your system. It's a lot. It's a lot. Most of the systems that you have may not have enough resources that will be required for that purpose, right? But with this, you can actually be able to learn on the go. And I don't know whether have we been able to use this platform very well? Let me know. Have you been able to go to this platform from your own end and see whether it's something you can use? Have you been able to do that? Okay, Bolanle has been able to use it. Okay, I've seen few people that have been able to use it. If you have not gone there, please try and go there. It's I wish I get to know about it earlier on in my career, but again, we have to go through the route of struggling. But that is it. So, and this is where we have been practicing, and that this is where we are going to stay practice today, right? It's good for new people that are joining. Please look at that URL. I'm going to drop it on the chat. You can click on the chat and then go to the URL so that you can start using it. Bolanle hand is up or is just answering my question. Which one, please?
Sorry.
Bolanle, I can see that your hand is up.
Sorry, it's an error. That's an error.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I'll be checking. So if you have questions, you can always drop it on the chat. It's important so that this is a place for us to learn. There are no questions that is a stupid question or a foolish question. Ask your question. We are learning, So if you know it completely or you don't want to add to your knowledge, you won't be here. So in as much as you're here, it's an opportunity for us to learn and let's learn together, right? So I talk about that when you're talking about SQL, you're talking about SQL statements, right? I said most of the actions you need to perform on the database are done with SQL statement. We mentioned that. Yeah, I'm going to go again. We'll talk about this. I think these videos are available online, right? Esther. Hello, Esther. These videos are available on YouTube. So if you are
Yes,
not part of
yes,
this class, yeah, you
yes.
can
It's
you
on our
can do that.
YouTube page,
Then
and
yeah,
admission
Esther, you can
platform.
You can also help me to drop those two other video link on this chat so that people that don't have it can copy it on this chat eventually.
Okay, I'll
All
just
right.
drop the link for the YouTube page. So when they get to the YouTube
Yes,
page, they will get it there.
they will get it. Okay, that's fine. So we're talking about SQL statement that you use something like where clause. Yeah, you can go there. So let's just go to where we stopped last time. All right. So we stop at joins. We talk about last week we talked about some functions. Sorry, last time, not last week. We talked about different kind of functions. We talk about join. We say join is a clause that is used to combine rows from two tables. Because in reality, you're not going to be working with one table. In fact, when you get some environment, you have to work with a lot of tables, right? So there's a need for you to join those tables together. And when you're joining the tables together, there must be a relationship between those tables. So what you first need to look for is that what are the relationships within this table. And don't forget, in our first class, I showed you that in this environment, you can actually check the relationship between tables, right? Now, this is the table patient, right? And this is a table doctor, admissions, and provinces, or our province name, right? So this table patient is joined to this table admission. There's a patient ID here and there's patient ID here. You can join patient ID here to this. That's how you can be able to join those two tables together. Why? Because what they have done is to normalize this table. If you are not so familiar with that concept, I think I mentioned it before, it is more advanced. Normalization, right? Normalization is the process of trying to remove redundancy, right? Duplicates. Because now when if by you getting all the information in this table, you are not actually getting, okay, let me go back. You are not getting all the information about this patient. To get more information about this patient, you have to join it to what? To this admission table. Because querying only this patient table, you will not be able to see something like admission date. It's not here. But maybe what the information they want to get from you is that give us patient information that has the admission date, where they were admitted, and where they were discharged, and what diagnosis or what were they diagnosed for. Do you understand? Now, just checking this alone, you're not going to get that information, right? And that is why you need to be able to combine tables together. So it's a very important concept or part for you to actually look at and for you to learn. So don't think you have to do a lot of joins as time goes on, right? So it's important for you to get yourself familiar with it and see how you can use it. It's a continuous process that needs to. Do you understand? So that part, I just said I should let you understand that part. Please, if you are not speaking, you can mute yourself so that other people will not be distracted. So I just said it's good for us to together because we'll do more of those kind of joining today, right? And then we talk about different joins. I said you talk about inner join, outer join, right outer join, and full outer join. You can go back to the previous videos whereby you can be able to see that. This is an example of a left join, right join. Now today we're going to talk about group statement, the group by statement. So we are starting today's class. Group by statement. Now, this statement is very important and you will use it a lot. Now, there's what is called aggregate functions, right? Aggregate function is, for example, you are doing a count, right? You're aggregating, you want to know the total number of records that fulfill a particular criteria, right? That is aggregating. You're aggregating those things together, and then the group by statement, group rows that have the same values into summary rows, like find the number of patients in each province. They can ask you that kind of question. Don't forget that when you start using SQL, you are using SQL to solve a problem. You are using SQL to generate reports. The person that is going to ask you to give them reports may not even be a technical person. I say, maybe the MD of the bank, the MD of the bank or the MD of an hospital. He's just saying that we need to know the number of patients that are from this province, right? You need an aggregate function for that. We want to know the number of uh, patients that are male. You need an aggregate function for that. So there are different things that you can use group by for, right? So the group by statement is often used with aggregate function. So when you do count, you can use group by. When you do max, there are situations where you can use that. This is an example of aggregate function, right? And this is a syntax. Don't forget. You can see that the syntax is also similar to. It's just a continuation. It's just an addition, right? So you will see why group by is important, and I want you to take it very carefully. Now, when you look at this syntax, the group by, you can see, you can use the where and the group by together. You can say select column from table where condition is this. You use that a particular condition to limit it, and you now group it. Then you can also order. So you can use this alongside with it. We'll do some examples so that you can understand that. But you will see a caveat eventually on group by, right? So now let's go. Let's talk about this group by. I've told you class is more practice. So let's say group by. For example, our main table is what? Select asterisk from. I told you that if you don't know the structure of the table, you can do select all from that table. Let's say patients. Select asterisk from this, right? So you have selected all, select asterisk from this. You now say, okay, let's say you want to group by, let's say provinces. You want to group by provinces, and you can see that this is the province. So you say in the group by, you need to, okay, let's do something and say, what do you want to group by? You want to group by, let's say city. You say city, you say city, right? And then you say group by city. Now, this doesn't make sense, right? But you can, how can you do, what are other things you can do? You can now add an aggregate function, right? You can see this is an aggregate function. You can say count. You want to see the number of patients, right, that are from each city. You can see from here that we are able to see. Hold on. You can see from here that, oh, okay. You can see from here that we're able to see the count, like Ancaster has about 114, 17 of them. So that's how a group function actually work. A group by clause, sorry, a group by clause actually work. And don't forget again that I mentioned that you can use a where clause from with it. Let's say patients again. Let us start from patients again, right? And then you want to say maybe it's only females that you want. That means before here you say where gender equals M or anyone. Can you see now? Look at Ancaster again. Remember this? Okay, let's go back so that you will see that there's a difference. If you have questions, don't forget to use your chat here. So if we remove this, now again, okay, I can just mention this in passing. You can see now this Ancaster is 1117. So comment. You can see that this part is not showing. This part is not showing. What I've done is to comment. In SQL statement, if you want to comment, you use two dash. If I remove it now, it's not commented. If I put this two dash, you can see that it has changed. It has now been commented. So please don't forget comment. You can also comment a part of your, instead of you to delete, because when you are writing a query, what you are trying to do is that you want to solve a problem, but you have written something and you are not getting what you think you are expecting, what you want to get, right? So you can try, instead of you to delete that line, what you can do is to comment it out so that you can be able to see if you can make any sense out of it. So that's what I've done here. But let me return it. So by writing this, you can see that I have 117. By writing this, you can see I have this. And again, you can also add to it. I'm following the syntax. You can now also say order by, you can decide to say order by what? They want to see the top. So when they want to ask you, they want to see, I want to see a city that has the highest number of patients, or the city where we have the highest number of patients. So you now say order by what? Order by count. Don't forget that you can use count also. Count asterisk, right? But that doesn't answer our question, because the question is we want to start with the highest. And don't forget, by default, what you're going to have, is what? We're going to have by default. Oh, somebody said the data you are using is it available? Dineto, hello, can you hear me? Hello, Dineto.
Good afternoon, or is it good morning?
Good morning. Okay, you are saying the data you are using, is it available?
As in the data you're using, where you have all this, is it
Oh,
available?
of course. You can connect to this on your chat, on your
Okay.
phone now. Connect. You just go to this URL on your browser.
Yeah, I clicked
That's the
on
good
it,
thing.
but I clicked on it,
Okay.
and it's just telling me, okay, yeah, I've seen the schema. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay. That's fine. No, no,
Thank
no.
you.
Because that's the essence why we're in this class, so that we can be able to learn together, so that we can be able to practice. It is a practical class.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anybody that is having make use of the chat? I'll be checking it at interval so that we can be able to maximize this time that we have. Right? Okay. Let me go back. So, if you have questions, you can let me know. Now, and don't forget the last class, and that's why you have to also go and watch those videos so that you can refresh your memory. Now, in the last class, I also mentioned that when you use the um order by, when you use the order by and you did not put any, it's by default in ascending order, and that's why you can see this. So you can say if you add ascending to it, you are going to get the same result, right? But if you add descending to it, right, it's going to give you what can you see now? We have a meeting that has 1,032 people coming to that or in the patient table. So it's important for you to look at that, right? So this is how to write or make use of these scenarios. And don't forget, I mentioned that in this class today is going to be practical. So once I'm done, we are going to be treating some questions. And in our next class, which will be our final class, we are going to have a short practical class and finish up on some other things. Then we have a part where we can do some quiz and test to test your knowledge. So please, we have to test our knowledge. It is good for you and it's good for every one of us to test our knowledge so that we know that the 4 weekends we have spent here is not actually a waste. So we have talked about the group function, right? So let's continue. Now, because it's an aggregate function, don't get confused here, right? So there will be a situation whereby you need to use a condition. There will be a situation whereby you need to use a condition on group by, right? Your where clause may not work after, right? So you will need to use having clause to limit your output. You can see after you have group by, do you understand? I will explain. You will see what I'm talking about. This order that you are seeing on this screen is very important. You have been able to use it, right? You have said, oh, where you have used this where condition. Now you have now limited this, right? Now again, you now want to say, no, I don't want the ones that are more than, or I just want the, I just want the city that have patients that are more than, let's say, 20. You cannot come here and use where again. This is what I'm saying. Now we have this output already. See what we are talking about, right? Now, you now want to say, you want to get, you can't use way again, but you want to limit it because you can see those that are 4, right? So that's where the having is coming in. You now say having can asterisk is what? Is greater than 20. Are you getting me? If you are getting me, this is very critical, you know. This order is important. You can use where together, but if you want to limit an aggregate function, right, you have to use having, you know. So you have to say having this, then you can now write this and join it together. So that is why the having is important, because this where you cannot use where again here. So there's no other option that you have. Okay, let me give you maybe because I'm writing it in a very clean way. You may think it's that easy, but so let's forget about this way. Let's forget about this way because we can be. It looks easier when that is there, right? Now I will show you where it gets complicated now. So you have done this. You have written this now. You can be tempted because you have written this. You have been able to count, and you now said, okay, let's even say you have ordered together. You have ordered. And then you're not feeling like, okay, I just want the one that is above 100. You'll be tempted to come here and say where can't asterisk is greater than 20 or 100. Can you see? Now it's going to tell you that you have what? It's a syntax error. That cannot work. This can only come, this where can only come before the group by. Right? But this will not work. Misuse of what? Aggregate can't. So please, I know why I'm trying to explain this because you will face this challenge when you start writing, right? But Please hope my explanation is clear. I need a response on the chat, or you can unmute yourself. Hope this explanation is clear. Hello.
Please, can you come
Hello.
again on it? Because I'm trying it on my phone presently just to see how it's going also.
Okay. That's fine. I'm going to come again because I know it can be confusing, right? Now, let's go back. Let's talk about an aggregate function. Let's talk about the group by. So what we are saying is this is the question. The question that somebody is trying to use that, oh, Tayo, I want to know the number of patients that are coming from a particular or that are admitted, or the number of patients that we have. Okay, let me just replace it. We want to know the number of patients that we have that are from each city, or the number of patients from each city. That is the question. So let's say select. Don't be shy to ask questions. I know some of these things could be complex to deal with, right? So you say select this, let's just start gently, right? Now, they now told us, they said, we want to get the count of patients that are from each city. And I told you about a group now. And for you to do that, when you say count, you remember count is an aggregate function. So the first thing you pick is the city, right? Then you say comma, then you put count asterisk, right? Now, when you run this is going to give you the count of everybody in that, the count of every patient in the table. But that is not the question they are asking you. The question they are asking you is the count of each patient, or the total count of patients from each city. So you will now need a group by. You will now say group. Now, this group by, you now say group by what? City. You can see that this one just pick maybe one of the city, which is not correct. You now say group by, you now say city. So when you run this, right, can you see now? This has grouped it for you. And that's why you can see. Now, in fact, let's check now so that you understand that whether the group is working or not. Let's say select asterisk from patients. Sorry, yeah, it's patient. Where, right? Let's say city. Don't forget, how many counts do we have from Ajax? Ayas. Okay, Zayas. How many counts do we have from Ayas? The first one. Can anybody see it, please? How many counts do we have
12.
there? We have 12.
12.
Okay. Yeah, I just want you to confirm whether it's working. So we'll put Ayas here. Then you run this. Why is my this thing not sure? Hold on. I want to see. Okay. Well, I don't know. I expect to give me the total. Okay, don't worry. Don't worry. Let's do count so that what did I do? Okay, this one. Let's count it. Let's just do a single count so that we are sure that it's actually 12. You can see that it's 12 also. So it's similar to what this one has given us. But now, instead of just running it one by one, do you understand? You have to begin to become efficient in what you do. So this one will now give us for all the cities that we have, right? And how many cities do we have? Don't forget. You can know the number of cities that you have by doing what? Can anybody tell me? I want to know the number of cities that I have patients coming from. Can anybody write the query for me to get that? Somebody, yeah, let's just pause here. Somebody is asking you and say, oh, Olashendi, I want to know from the patients table the cities, the total city where patients are coming from. Can anybody write that query for us? Can anybody guide us? Okay. So Fola has dropped it for us. He said select count city. Let's see whether that is right. Please don't. This is how to practice and this is how to learn. You can see that I'm not about theory. I'm about you practicalizing so that you can take something away. Now let's see whether that will work. can't city. Can't city from it. Well, the good thing is that we see our result, whether it's correct or not. But you can see, I'm not sure this is right. I'm not sure this is right. Can we think again? I've done something like this before. Can we think again? Can we think again? We need to know. Okay. Can anybody help us? No. I said I want to know the
Can I try?
total city. Yeah, of course. Why not? Anybody can try. Anybody.
Okay, I will say select city,
Okay.
comma, count from patient.
Okay. No, okay. I get what you are saying, but I just want to see the cities. I don't want to see the counts. I just want to see what I want to do, right? I want to just see all the cities that we have. You know, you can remember in IAS, we have 12 people coming from them. I don't want to see that there are 12 patients coming from them. In this table, I just want to see the cities, all the cities that we have. Do you understand? Is it 10 cities that we have? We can have 12 people coming from one. We can have 10 people coming from one. Oh, now, see, it is good that, okay, for us, just drop it on the chat for us. Thank you. All you need is distinct. Don't make things too complex, right? No, just make it straightforward. Do you understand what they're asking you?
Okay.
You can say how straightforward it is, but you are thinking something complex, right? So you just select distinct. It will give you the distinct city, right? From patients, right? As simple as this. As simple as this. You can see distinct city, right? You cannot decide to say order, you can order by order. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm doing something. Order by city descending. Order by city descending, right? So that's all. Descending or ascending. Hope you guys understand it. Hope
Yes.
this is clear. Okay,
Yes.
that's good. So you can see that it does it. But I think we just hope we learn something, because I think we just deviated into that side. Anyway, it's also part of learning, right? So we are talking about the group. So we have said, where did Esther? You've taken us to another place now. Where are we? Okay, we are talking about the group. Okay, so we have gone to different places. So, okay, so yeah, we are talking about this. So we are trying to explain the group part, right? I'm not going to get distracted again. So let's focus on this now. Let's finish this group so that one. So I've said we have grouped, right? So we are saying now we have group by right city. Group by city. Now we have it like this. And somebody is now asking you again that I don't want everybody. All I want is that I want city, because maybe they want to make some decision. Maybe some states are complaining, or some cities are complaining that no, they are not admitting people from our side. You need a report to say, I want people that we have patients. I want cities that have patients that are more than 100, right? I now said you cannot use where here in this statement. You cannot use where. You cannot use where after group by. You can use where before group by. Do you understand? You can use where after, before group by, but not after. So which means that for you to limit this record now, you need to use having. You now say having can't. This is an aggregate function. Can't asterisk. Or you can say, okay, don't worry, let's finish this first. Can't is now what? Greater than 100, right? So when you run this, it's going to give you output for that. Oh, I made a
Your
mistake. It
count
said can't.
does,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, thank you. So you can see now. Now this is giving us, can you see now, giving us output of those can't. Do you understand? But before you do your count, which is your aggregate function, The question they are now asking you is that we don't want all patients because the male in some city are saying, no, we don't go to hospital. We want to see whether we actually have males being admitted in our hospital. So what you will do, right, is that if you come here, there's no way you can use, because you have aggregated already. There's no way you can use where gender equals M here again. Why? Because the output, now see where, because it's the output, we have only two outputs. Is there gender anywhere here? Is there gender here? We have only what? City and what? And count. So when you put this here, it's not going to work. Can you see? It's not going to work. But when you come here, you can use your where before your what? Your group by. Then you come here and you put this here, right? When you run this, can you see now? It's going to give you an output. So what I'm actually saying is that go and study that syntax again. Your where must come before group by. Then having will come afterward. This. And the same thing, you cannot write something like this. You cannot write something like this because you cannot say this. You cannot run something like this. Can you see? You cannot. So that sequence is important. Select where, group by, then having. The same way you cannot come here and say order by. Order by city. The same way you can come here and say order by city. Do you understand? Do you get what I'm saying? So this guy, right? This is the format that you need to cram. Sorry, you can cram it at the beginning. That you need to know that these are the sequence you need to follow. Order by city descending, right? Do you get what I'm saying? And don't forget, you can use alias on this. You can say total count. You can say as total underscore count or anything that you want it to be, right? So that here you can now say total underscore count. Total underscore count. Do you understand? So don't forget, you can use alias for your anything that you have here instead of you to be doing count again. All right. So that is it. You can order by city, or you can now order again by total. And don't forget, your total underscore count is what? Count asterisk. Total underscore count. You can now say descending. This is the way to write it. With these few points of mine, hope this is clearer. Hello. Hope this is clearer. Esther and everyone. Hope this is clearer.
Yes, it is.
Okay, it's
Me,
clearer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that means we can continue, right? So that is you talking about the group by and you talking about having, right? So if I were you, I would just, this particular part, I'll go and keep it somewhere and I'll be looking at it. The more you look at it, the more it sinks into your memory. And anytime you want to write, you know that your where will come first, your group by will come next, your having will come next, then your order by will come last. And that is important for us to understand. For us to understand. For us to understand. Okay, so that's the group by. So I've spoken about the having, I'm talking about the having clause, which is an aggregate function. I said the having clause was added to SQL because the where keyword cannot be used with what? With aggregate function. That's what I just explained. And this is an example of what I've done here. Do you understand? Somebody can ask you, example like this and say, first name. You want to count first name. People bear different, I don't know. The names in the whole world is not enough for everybody. It can't go around. When you go to a place in Nigeria, like a market, and you call carrier, you will see a lot of people answering you. You understand? Because it's not distinct. But if you come to another part of the world and you mention Tayo, or you mention maybe you come to Alaba not Alaba. You go to a Balogun market in Nigeria, and then you mention some names, like Rupai, somebody from India. Only few people will answer, or nobody may answer. So, that's an example for you. So that's necessary, and I just want us to understand this part. So if this is clear, this one is a little bit complex, but I just need to mention it. So if you don't understand, don't worry. You may not use it most of the time, so don't bother yourself that too much. It's called case expression, right? It's more like programming, like. So it's a case expression, but there are situations whereby you use a case expression, and that is why it is good for us to mention it now. So the case expression will go through conditions and return a value. That is what it will do. You can say case when patient is from this. You can say this. I will show you an example. When something is this, then return this. When something is true, return this. Do you understand? For example, you are saying when people are taller, when people's height is more than, let's say, 6.5, you can say they are tall. When it's less than 6.5, you can say they are short. Do you understand? So it's just like you trying to categorize something. That's what it actually does. Is to categorize something together, and that is what we are going to do here. Just you can go and read the story online, but that is what it is. But let me read the story so that we get together. Let the case expression go through conditions and returns a value when the first condition is met. So you have 100 records, right? Once the first condition is met, it's going to return a value for that. Do you understand? It's like if then else statement. So once the condition is true, it will stop reading and return the result. If no conditions are true, it returns the value in the else clause. If there is no else part, don't worry. I know it's complex, but I want you to understand that. So this is how the case is. When condition 1, then result 1. When condition 2, then result 2. When condition 3, condition n, result n. Don't worry. I know some people are feeling like, what is this? But this is an example. This is an example for us, right? So what this one is saying is this. Let me just pick this and let's go. Now, this one wants to get what we want to do is this. We just want to give, let me just run an output for you so that you see what we are talking about first. Now, we want to give information on height group. We want to group height, right? We want to say, okay, when height is greater than 175, right? You can just say height is greater than what? 175. When height equals to 175, you say height is 175. So let's see from here. Let's order by so that you see what this guy is doing. Don't worry, it's still early in you doing SQL. You may not use it, but people that have been, they will understand what it is. Order by height. Order by height descending. So you can see, okay. So you can see here, 226. You see, these ones that are greater than 175, you can see what we say it should return. We said it should return height is greater than what? 175. That's what we said, right? Now, when we go to descending again, when we say ascending, anyone that is less than that, you will see where the S part work now. But you can see. Now, let's go and look for where is one set. You can see here. This S is saying that any other one that doesn't meet these two requirements, right? Just return this for it. Anyone that doesn't meet this requirement, just return this for it. Now let's play. Let's get our hands dirty so that you understand what I'm saying. Don't see. If it looks complex, don't worry. I know it's complex, but I just want you to have an idea, right? Please. If it looks complex, don't worry. But the time is going to come whereby you will need it and you will remember. that was it. Now, for example, you just want to focus on two cities, right? Want to focus on two cities. So you can say, for example, you want to just say maybe people from Hamilton, you want to focus on people from Hamilton and Ayers. And you want to just say, okay, these are, maybe you want to stop attending to people from Ayers, or you want to give information about people from Ayers. Let me see what the best way to explain this. Sorry. So when you say case, so you want to give some information about people from Ayers, right? Now you say case when city, right, equals Ayers. Maybe Ayers are good people. Just want to give him more information. Ayers, then you say Ayers, just to give additional information, but don't worry. Ayers have Ayers have Ayers has good weather. Let's just put something like that. Do you understand? You're just giving additional information, Then you say when city again. You try again, you say when city equals Hamilton. You can say then the weather is poor. Just then, we have a lot of cities. We don't want any other city. You can say we don't know. That is the information you want to put. Don't worry. You can say no information. No information. No information. Then this is going to be in another column. You're actually creating a separate column that will have this information. If you are creating additional information, you now say end as, you can say additional, you can say remarks, something like that. No, we will not stay long on this remarks. You can see, okay, I didn't select other, let me say select city. Select city. Oh, okay, I need to put comma because this is also a column. Don't forget. So, can you see now? So you can see when we have Hamilton, you can see it's telling us that the weather is poor. When we have Orilla, it's saying no information. And when we have Ayers, right, it's saying Ayers has good weather. So it's just for you to add more information to whatever, you want to create another column, right? Another column entirely based on the information you have on a particular column. That is what it's actually meant for. Just like to give additional information. That is what you use. That's what you're going to use this particular part for. So I just wanted to understand this part, right? Okay, so this is good. This is good. Let's get down to it again. Let's leave that, but eventually you may need it. Eventually you may need it. Mike, your hand is up.
Yes, just doing a kind of thinking, linking it with another applications. I want to find out that in this type of situation, can alias be used with this? Probably you want to create a name, you want to use a specific name instead of using a sentence.
Of course, anything can be here. Anything can be here. This can be Ajax new. maybe they've changed their name. Do you understand? Or do you understand what I'm saying? Or you say am.
Okay. Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Can you see now? So
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. So you can now remove this. So you can now go and look for that patient. You can say first name. Do you get what you are saying now? First underscore name. You can say last underscore name. You can now say new city name, new city or city name. Do you understand? You can now say city. Then when you run this, what did I do? Okay, I need to put comma here. So when you run this, what have I done? Oh, there's a comma here. So at times you can find yourself in this kind of situation, but just look at it. Can you see now? So can you see? Hope this answer the
Yes.
question you asked. Okay. So
Yes,
we
it
are able to
does.
create another city, or you can instead of this one, you say no city name. Do you understand? So it can be anything. You can put anything within that string, right? It's whatever that you put there that is going to be there. Okay, so that's how to use that particular part of that's how to use the case. No, let's see. I think we are getting to the last part of today's class. Then we'll do a little bit part of questions. Then we'll be out of the class, right? So subquery. Now, in real life, you may have to deal with writing subquery. And what we're talking about subquery is that is a nested query. You can write query inside another query. A query is a subquery is a SQL query nested inside is an SQL query that is nested inside a larger query, right? You may have another table somewhere, or there's an information you have somewhere that you now want to compare, right? So you need to now put them inside one another, and that is called a nested. I will show you an example. That's what they call a nested query. A nested query. Query inside another query. A subquery may occur in your select statement. It can be part of your select statement, where you say select, it can be part, it can be in from, you can select from, you can use a subquery as part of a from, or you can be in a where clause. Don't worry. You may have to watch this video again, but don't worry, you will get what I'm talking about. Now, the subquery can be nested inside a select statement. It can be inside an insert, update, or delete statement. Or it can be inside another subquery. You can write subquery inside another subquery, right? So you will see eventually what we're talking about. So I'll show you an example. A subquery is usually added within the where clause of another SQL statement, usually, but it can be in your select, not even at the where part. You can use the comparison operators such as greater than, less than, or equals to. The comparison operator can also be a multiple row operator. You can use in. Don't forget when we say in, equals to is going to map one to one. In can map to many. You understand? And then you can see a subquery is also called an inner query or inner select. While the statement containing a subquery is also called an outer query or outer. These ones are just stories. So this is an example. So don't worry, the grammar is over, but this is what I'm talking about here. Now, when we are talking about this, it's simple. We are saying select. Can you see? Select column. Column 1, column 2 from table 1. You have one table 1. Where column 1, this column, is now in what? Column 3 from table 2. That's what we are talking about. And this is an example. What we want to, this is an example. For example, you want to get, fine. You know that this is the number of patients that I have, but I'm sure that not all these patients have been admitted before. Do you understand? For you to do that, there may be other ways, but you can use a subquery to actually achieve that particular thing that you want to achieve, right? And that is an example that I'm going to show you at this point so that you see what we are talking about. Now, when you come here and you paste this, do you understand? Now, the question is, look at it. The India said, we have 4,530 patients. I want to know the patients that have been admitted, right? That is what it means. Not whether they have been admitted 10 times or 5 times. Do you understand? Yeah. But what we are saying is that we want patients that have been admitted. So when you come to admission, select asterisk from admissions, right? So when you run this, you can see. And don't forget, the patient ID, we have patient ID in admission. We also have patient ID in what? Patients. So you can link them together. So for you to know the number of patients that have been admitted, right, before, you need a subquery. So when you run this, it's going to give you the patient ID that is in the admission table, right? How many? We have 5,067, right? But don't forget, some patients will have been admitted more than once. So that doesn't mean that we have 5,067 patients that have been admitted. But this is just talking about the IDs. Okay, for us to even know, we can say distinct. Don't forget. Okay, yeah, we can use distinct ID for us to know, even out of this, how many people have been admitted. You know, when you run it, 5,067, right? You can see now it's only 3,000 people that have been what? Admitted. 3,000 and what? And 86. But that is not what we want to do. 82. That's not what we want to do. What we wanted to do is to learn subquery. Now, for us, we know that this is it, and then we want to run this. So what we'll do is to run, this is our outer query, and this is our what? Inner query. This is the subquery, right? So we just see, when you run this now, it's going to give you, can you see? It's giving us what? 3,382, which is correct, because by the time we run this, you know, it has given us that the distinct patient ID that we actually have in the column, it has told us that, fine, these are the patient ID that we have. When you do everything, you have 5,067. However, when it comes to distinct, distinct patient ID, this is what you actually have. Do you understand? Please, hope you guys can hear me. Hope this is clear. Hello? You can unmute yourself. Hope this is clear. Hello?
Yes, it is. For me.
Yes, it is. It is.
Okay. Okay, so that's how it works. So there may be situations where you have to bring in a subquery to solve your problem, right? Because in this kind of situation, you need a subquery. I don't know how you will, because you need to join two tables together. So you have to bring the information from the other table, right? So that means you are querying the other table, bringing the information from that table, then you now compare it. Do you understand? So that is what you can do. And this may look simple as this, but it can become complex. So you can be able to get whatever I want to get from here and say, okay, let's go to admission again. And then you can, this admission, maybe you want to see people that are, or the question they ask you is that, okay, people that admitted, maybe where admission date is greater than, you know, where can I also do some other thing here and say where admission date, admission, or you can say where attending doctor, you want an attending doctor, you want a particular doctor, you want to know this doctor that has ID 21, how many people has that person attended to? You understand? So when you run this, it's going to give you that information. You can see that guy, you know, that has ID, the doctor that has ID, that has ID 21 has actually attended to 183 patients, right? So these that are admitted or that were admitted. So these are the ways for you to use a sub query, right? So I think you have been able to pick something from here. Hope you have been able to pick something from here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, Please, I don't understand that part, the subquery aspect.
That's Abisola. Sorry, anyone? Okay. Are you Abisola or Rukayat?
Anyone?
Okay, may I've answered myself. Okay, you don't understand the subquery part. Okay, let's get back to it. Don't worry. You
Thank
will
you.
get it now. You will get it now. Don't worry, that's why I'm here. Don't worry, you get it. Okay, so when we're talking about subquery, we are saying you can have two queries, whereby one will be the outer query and the other one will be the inner query. It's just to give you more additional information. Now, the question is this. They're asking you a question and say, I want to know, I know we have a lot of patients that are coming to this hospital, but I want to know the patients that have been admitted before. Do you understand? I want to know the total patients that have been admitted before. And I said there are two tables.
Okay.
Let's tell you from admission. Don't forget when we come to the reading view schema, I said there's a relationship between patient and what? And admission. So that means I can combine patient ID in patients and patient ID in what? In admission. So when I have that information, the next thing I will do is to now come here and say, okay, now I know these are all my patients. But for me to know
Yes.
whether they are admitted, I need to know whether, because everybody that is in admission table, that means they have been admitted. Every ID in this admission table, they have been admitted. Every ID in this patient table, every patient ID in this patient table does not mean they have been admitted, but they are our patient. You understand? So
Okay.
I will not select from patient, everything from patient, all this one from patient, right? I will not say where their ID, where their patient ID is in this admission table. So that will give me that. So I've written this part, do you understand, of the admission table. You understand? This one has given me, when I run this part alone, this one will work, will give you a record, right? So this one,
Okay.
right, has given me that from this admission, I have this. I have these people. Do you understand? Now I just need to come to use this patient ID to match the patient ID that I have in patient table, and that will give me the answer. So when I run this together now, right, I'll get my output. Do you understand? So if, like for example, now let me show you. It's similar. You will see you will understand what I'm saying better now. Now, this is patient ID 1. This is just like a simple statement that you will have written and say, oh, if somebody say, I want to get where patient ID equals 1. Maybe that's what somebody wants to get. I know there's an ID, just say equals to 1. Do you understand? This one will give you for patient that has ID 1, right? But now I want to know all the patients that have been admitted. That will give you multiple results. You can see it's not,
Yes.
it's giving you multiple results. Because you have multiple results, you cannot use equals to here. If you put equals to here, it's going to give you an error, right? Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So what this one gives you is the fourth record that came. Do you understand? In some other, Postgres gives you the fourth record, the number 1 record. That's Donald. This now, if you go away with this, this is not correct. Do you understand? Because this guy is just dealing with the first one. Now, this guy has more records than that. And that's why you use in. So the in will enable you to what? To compare multiple records, right? So this gives you what? 3382. Now, this is a query and this is another query. So this is a subquery, right? And this is main query. Do you understand? This is called outer query and this is called inner query.
Okay.
Do you understand? Hope that is clear.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, you are welcome. You are welcome. Okay, so fantastic. Yeah. So I've told you it's about practice. So if you are in this class, you need to get your hands dirty now. I think that is important. So because we will not end the class, but we need to know. The next topic is practice. Let's roll our sleeves up. Let's get to work. Now, this is our first question that we're going to deal with. Hope we are ready. Hello, can you hear me? Bolanle, can you hear me?
Yes, I
Yes,
can hear you.
yes.
Okay, good.
We
So
can
this is
hear
our
you.
first question. Let's write it. Let's write it. Now, I want you to understand something. And the reason why I brought up all these questions is this. There are different ways you can get results. In fact, I think maybe they say there are different ways to skin a cat, or to skin a cow. You know, you can decide to pour kerosene, you can decide to use knife, anything. But the most important thing is that get a result. So let's look at this first question and let's see how we can get it sorted. They say show all columns from patients who have one of the following patient's ID. So I'm waiting for you to write this. Show all columns. You have don't forget you have the URL where you can write it. So before you drop your answer, check that your answer is correct. Hmm? Check that your answer is correct. So don't forget, I'm dropping this on the chat again. Go to this place and write it. Let's write. You can test it though. Test it well. Don't go and be using our page for practice though. Write it. If you get it, then you drop it here. Or even if you don't get it, drop it here. Yeah. So I just want the class to be more of you learning, right? Even if it's 2 or 3 questions you're able to treat today, we know we are good, then we can go. I'm going to give you 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Once it's 114 or 115. 115. Once you didn't give us answer by that time, don't give us answer yet. Don't drop answer yet, please. Don't drop answer yet. Well, we are all adults. Don't worry. But don't drop your answer yet. Once it's 114, you will drop your answer. Don't drop your answer yet. Please, everybody try and practice. Don't drop your answer yet. Michael, you can ask questions, but don't drop your answer on the chat yet. I'm listening, Mike.
Please, can I show you a question, please?
Oh, sorry. Okay, this is the question. Show all columns for patients who have one of the following patient IDs. Once you are done, you can just respond on the chat, but don't drop your answer yet. See, we are learning together. Practice. Think. Do you understand? I want you to think and see if you can solve it. Because everything we have learned, we need to begin to bring them together. It's not you just acquiring knowledge, it's application of that knowledge that is important. Show all columns from patients who have one of the following patient IDs. Please, let's all see if we can practice. I'll be happy if we can practice. It's going to help us so that I know that we have not wasted our time. Okay, no, we can't continue this way. Now you can drop your answer now. This is a very simple question that you're supposed to close your eyes and write. But don't worry if you didn't get it. Don't feel bad. Now let's drop our answer so that we can continue. I'm waiting. Where? Okay, drop your answer. Don't forget, Mike, show all columns from patients who have one of the following. who have one of the following patient IDs. You just pick one. No, that's not what they are saying. That's not what they are saying. That's one of the following. Let's drop our answer. Let's drop our answer. Let's drop our answer. It can have all of them. It can have one of them. That's what they are saying. But what they have given us is that the one that has one. But it can have one, or all of them. Mike, you can unmute. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so there's something else you need to write. Any other person?
Yes, I would
Any other person? Let's drop our answer. Let's drop our answer. Let's drop our answer. Let's drop our answer. My people, let's drop our answer. I'm only giving you 1 minute more. I'm not hearing anybody. Esther, are you there? Bolanle? People are not hearing me again. Please confirm if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
So we are writing our answer out.
Okay. Okay. So I can see Fola. Yeah. The Fola is
Yeah.
looking like it. Okay. Okay. Or am I disturbing you when I'm talking? You know, when people want to think. People don't
No,
want to be
no, no.
distracted.
You are trying to type the answer.
Okay, that's fine.
You
That's
are trying
fine.
to type the answer.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, I think I've seen the answer here, so which is good. So that's it. You know, yeah. So if you are confused, you know, let me just pick one of the answers. You know, right. So when you run this, yeah, this is what they are talking about. They said select from this where this is in this. Do you understand? You need to use in for you to compare multiple, right? So that is why you have to use in at this point in time. Hope we all agree with the answer. You can unmute yourself. Hope we all agree so that we can move on.
Not yet, sir.
Which one? You
Yes.
said we should not move on.
Sorry,
No, you
can I
have the
quickly?
question. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, just a clarification. So I want to find
Okay.
out, okay, it's only for integer, we don't use apostrophe for it. We only use for
Yes.
character. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, you're welcome. So what they are trying to say is for you to compare multiple. Do you understand? And that is it. So you need to put all this in. So next question. Let's move. We don't have the whole time. You can go back to the video, you know, to watch. Now, this is the question. Show the city and the total number of patients in the city. Order from most to least patients. Yeah, let's get to it. Let's get our hands dirty. Don't forget, show the city and the total number of patients in the city. Order from most. If I'll first do this first. This is the question. This one is simple. You do this one. So show this. Let's get started. I'm giving you 5 minutes. Let's get started. 5 minutes. Let me look for counter. Time countdown. Time counter. No. Time countdown. Oh, some of you are not seeing question. Did you see the question? No, please show the question.
Yes.
Show the city and the total number of patients in the city. That means the total number of patients in each city. That's what they are saying. I think I've written something like that today, but now it's your turn to practice. There are different ways to write this. Don't put the answer on the chat until I tell you to do so, please, so that we both learn. I'm going to give you 3 minutes more. Sorry if you are still want to look at the question, please. So our time is ticking. Don't forget, if you have questions you want to clarify, I'm here. Bolanle. No, Bolanle, this is not the question we ask you. Look at the question.
Can we
Show
drop it?
this. Don't drop it yet. Show the
Okay.
city and the total number of patients in the city.
Okay.
In the city, that means in each city.
Okay.
As in the count the number of patients in that city. That's what they are saying. City this Act 20. You have them. I've done something like that. Show the city
Sorry.
and the total number of patients in the city. Order from most to least patients, and then by city name descending. I'm listening. Michael, do you want to ask me a question?
No, I've seen what I want to ask. I have to go back to the question. Thank you.
Okay. My people, I am waiting. Can you hear? Can you hear? Can you hear the sound? Our time is up. Thank you. You can drop your answer now. You can drop your answer. You can drop your answer. You can drop your answer. Okay, we've heard you. Don't disturb people. I'm waiting for your answer on the chat. I've not seen any answer. My people, I'm waiting for your answers. I've actually started with simple questions. Okay. Bolanle. Bolanle, where do we see M? I'm wondering where gender equals M. Is that part of the question? Show the
I'm
city.
trying to
And
select male.
I
Number
didn't
of
ask you to do
patients.
that. I didn't ask you to select men. We didn't ask you to do that. That's not the question. Follow the question. The question says, show the city and the total number of patients in the city. They are not saying whether they are male or they are female.
Okay.
I need another answer, please. You need to think. You
Yes,
need to
sir.
calm down. Calm down. Relax. Understand the question. Then you answer. Understand. Show the city and the total number of patients in the city. My people, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Just okay. Who is this? Rukaya. It's looking like it. Let's see. Let's look at. Oh, okay. So let's look at what Rukaya has dropped. Rukayat. Rukayat. What's the question again? Rukayat. Is it Rukayat that I copied? No, I've copied. Okay. I think it's Abolali that likes using. Okay, don't confuse me. How did you? Okay, which one is your answer? Which one is your answer? Rukaya. Rukaya is just confusing. Okay, so let's go. So let's see what Rukaya has written. Said, oh, it's supposed to be patience. So maybe when you are typing, typo. Okay. So I think this looks like the answer, but let's see the question again. It says show the city, right? So she has made to show the city, and there's something she didn't do. Oh. It says show the city and the total number of patients in the city, ordered by most to least patients. Look at that. They say most. Okay, maybe you have sent another one. Don't let me.
Most to least.
Yes,
So
that
that
is
will be
highest.
descending. Yes,
Yes.
descending. That's why I put the descending there.
Okay. Oh, I copied the wrong one. Hey, but you sent. Oh, it's for that one that I'm copying. Oh, so that I copied. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, we'll check everything together. Our time is ticking, but hope you guys are enjoying the class.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I don't just want you to come and see as if you have wasted your time. What's no? Order by no. I don't get it. Where do you see NO from?
Number.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Number. So it's good for you to use something that is more. Do you understand? Total
Yes.
or something like that. Total count. So let's put. Aha, I think you got it. So for those that have not submitted the answer, so this is what they are saying. This is the question. Do you understand? Let's bring back the question and let's bring back the answer. Can you see? The question is show the city and the total number of patients in the city, right? That is what you have done here, right? They now said it has to be what? It has to be in descending order of total count. You can see, you need to now say, you need to group by what? By city. And that's what I taught you today. Group by city, you need to have count, then order by what? Total count descending, and then city based ascending. Now, there's no ascending here after city because by default, it is what? It is an ascending order. Hope you are all clear. Is there any question?
Not clear.
What did you say?
Please recap.
What am I recapping exactly? Which one are you not clear? Who is asking question?
Bola,
Hey, but you're the one
the
that sent
answer,
this now.
please. Yes.
I don't want to send the answer.
Yes.
Okay, I will recap.
I don't know if I'm correct.
You are correct. You are correct. That's what I
Okay.
said. So you are correct because
Okay.
the question is show the city, which you have shown, right? And for you to show the city and the number of patients in their city, you do count. Then you need to group by the city.
Yes.
So by the time you group by the city,
Okay.
this is what you have done. Right? The other part
Okay.
is now saying let it be in a descending order of total count. And that is
Oh,
what this one has done.
I didn't complete the question. Sorry, that is why I was confused. I didn't copy all the question completely.
Oh, okay.
I didn't write it
Okay,
down.
so
Okay,
so you
I
can
now get it now. Yes.
so don't worry, you can watch the video later to get what you are. But we are saying that this one is now total count descending and city ascending. Then that is it.
Okay.
That is it. Okay, I think our time is fast spent. Can
Please,
we
I
do
want to
one
ask a
more?
question.
Okay, you can go ahead, please.
Please, I didn't get that part. How to upload, I think, database or something to this environment? Is it table?
You are not uploading database to the environment. The table is there
Okay.
already. You have your tables there
Table
already.
is there already? Okay.
So just for you to write your query there and then you move ahead.
Okay, but can we download it?
You can't download it. You have to come here and be working. You can't
Okay.
download it.
Okay. But someone gave me a
I
database that I'm working on privately on my laptop.
So
Can I use that
that
too?
is fine. But the data that is let me understand. You can use that database to practice, right? But
Yeah.
the record in that database may be different from the records here. Do you
Yes.
understand? Aha.
Yeah.
So you need to understand the table structure in the database that you have. Then you play with it. You learn with it.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
The database you have, we have
Yes.
employee table. We don't have employee table here. Do you understand?
Yes.
The reason why we are using this is that so that all of us on this call can be using the same data. Do you understand? Now the
Can you please send
concept
me the site so I can download? Okay, I can't download it.
who is
I
this?
don't know how to.
Finally, I'm confused. Is it not the same site you are working on?
Okay, SQLpractice.com.
Yes.
Okay,
SQL
okay,
practice.
okay. No
Go
problem.
to SQL practice.
Okay,
Go to SQL
.com.
practice.
Okay,
Then you practice
okay.
from there.
I understand now. Okay, okay, okay. It's all right. I understand now.
Aha.
I
So on
understand.
SQL
Thank you.
practice, you are there to
Mhm.
practice. So the table that is there for you. You can't download, you can't delete. It's just a platform for you to practice.
To
Do you
practice.
understand it now?
Okay, okay. Yes,
Forget
sir. Yes,
about
sir. Thank you,
for
sir.
now, at this level, it's not about creating table.
And we
In your
can't save
career,
the sheet too. We can't save the sheet. Can we
no,
save it?
you can't save it. Any query that you write that is okay, you can copy it and go and put it in your own notepad and save it. Do you understand?
Okay.
See, because
Okay.
this is just a platform. You understand? If 1 million people are saving everywhere or doing well, do you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, let me show you, for example,
Yes,
now
sir.
I've written this and I want to keep it. All I need to do is to open a document.
Mm.
You understand? And say save. I can put my question on top. This is how to keep records and go to this place. Yeah, question, and put this question here and copy it and save it. And I will say save my practice question. You understand?
Okay.
I mean, this is not what you are saying. My practice question. And if it is my practice question, if it is phone you are using, you can copy it too and send it as a chat to yourself
Okay.
on your WhatsApp. Then you go back there another day. You have seen it. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's not okay. Our time is gone. Does everybody agree that we'll just take one more or two questions before we go? Do you want to do one or two practice before we go?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we should just do one or two before we go again. I'm going to give you another question
Yes.
now.
Okay, sir.
Let's
Okay, sir.
The only way to learn is to practice. That's just it. Forget
Mm.
about every other thing.
Mm.
The only way to learn is to practice. You will think you know it until when we give you a question. Until when we give you a question. This is another question. Can we see it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Don't worry. Don't see it first. Let me give you time. I will give you more time for this one. I'll give you 7 minutes. See, don't rush to start. First study. First study the question. Question 3. Show unique first names from the patient table, which only occur once in the list. You can see, for example, if 2 or more people are named John, if their first name is John, then don't include their name in the output list. If only one person is named Liu, then include them in the output. Don't forget, I was telling you before that you can have a situation where we have 20 people bearing the same first name. But we want to see in that our list the name that appear only once. That's what we want to see. The list of them. Let's start. If you have questions, you can ask me. You can mute. If you are not asking question, please. Let's mute if you are not asking question. Now, this is the question, please. This is the question. Let's think. Don't think you can answer it. Let's think deep. You can answer it. Do you need any question, any clarification? Are we making progress? Hope people can hear me. Hello?
I can hear you.
We can hear you. We are typing. We are typing. Okay.
So I should not distract you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Anyway, we have only 22 seconds more, but I will give you 1 more minute to it. Okay. Please share your answer. Please share your answer. Please share your answer. And people are not sharing answer. Has anybody completed it? Show unique first names from the patient table, which only occur once in the list. You just need to think outside the box, actually. Very straightforward. But there are different ways you can achieve the same answer. So don't worry. Drop your answer, please. Bolanle. Bolanle. Select from unique. Select patient. I can't remember teaching you something like this. I don't think that is correct. Try again, try again, try again, try again. Okay. Ah, Olashende. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, let's pick someone. Let's pick someone. I think somebody has bailed us out. Okay, so let's see whether this comes out. Okay, 319. Okay, so we have 319. So now this looks like a right answer. But let's look at it together. Let's look at it together so that if you didn't get it or you are confused, it's time for us to walk through it together. What's the question? Show unique first names, right? From patients. Now, this is good. The first thing you need to do, the first thing you need to do is to group by first name, right? When you group by first name, yes, you have this. Here you can come here and put can. Just for you, I'm just trying to break it down how this is. So you can see from here, you can see how big count is actually 1. And don't forget that I said having, right? Don't forget the having. So by the time you look at this, having count equals 1. So when you look at it, you can see that all of these have and count equals 1. Do you understand? All of them have count equals 1. Then order by this. You can see that we have our answer. I just introduced this. This is not part of it. I'm just introducing this so that you can see. Can you see? So this is the correct answer. Do we all agree? Do you have any question? Hello? I'm not hearing anybody. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, we can hear you.
But I didn't hear your response.
I was I would have to unmute the mic.
Okay, now. I get you. But you understand? Do you understand? So this is the question, and that is an answer, right? Now, I also want to help you. Maybe some people have not given the answer because they're using another approach. I also want you to know that you can use another approach to get the same answer, right? Now, let me show you another thing. But this is a good approach. Let me show you another way you can write it and still get the same answer. Let's select first name, first underscore name from now you cannot do something. You cannot make use of subquery at this point, right? You can say, let's even come here and say select the same way. We don't want to use having now. You say first name, right? Comma, can't, asterisk. You can say as total underscore count, right? From patients, right? Can actually group by, it's complex, but it's not complex, but I'm just saying that if it is this route that you are following, you are right too. Do you understand? Right? Now, let's run this first. Let's see whether when you run, you can see you have seen count, okay? You can now put this one here. Right? Can you see now? This doesn't look like answer. This is 1,000. Yes. This. You will now say where this total count, total underscore count equals 1. Then you run this together. Can you see? You get the same answer. 319. 319. What I'm saying is that the way I'm thinking may be different from the way Ola is thinking or the way Bola is thinking. But can we get the answer? We were able to get the same answer. Do you get what I'm saying? So I will not go to another question again today. I thought we are almost spending about 2 hours. Everybody should be tired by now, you know. But
Mm.
that is just how to write this. So next class is going to be more of closing up, doing final rehearsal. Sorry, a final revision. Let's pause, please. Let's when you are not talking, please mute. Now we're going to do that last part next week, right? And then we are going to test ourselves also and see what we have been able to learn. Let's tell people that have not been here. We'll just do the revision, do few quizzes here and there. Then we are done. Do we have any questions, please, before we end the class today? And I want to know if you have been able to learn anything today. Have you been able to learn anything today? Do you have questions? Do you have clarifications?
Yes, Tayo.
Yes.
Please, the last solution.
Yes.
Is it possible to get the same answer if we run that subquery without putting it inside of the main query?
No, because let me go back. What you are going to get, this one, because you need only first name actually. You can get almost, but this is correct. Let me show you. No, you can't do that. You can't do that because if you run this, see this is the top query here. This is the top query, right? This one is going to give you more records. It's going to give you 5. Do you understand? The count, and we are looking for the one that appear only once. You get it? So that is why we are now using this total count, right, to limit it. But it won't work here. It can only work when we join it to this other query. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do, because probably that's the issue I had, why I couldn't get the correct thing, because I was thinking that, but it's noted.
No, see, this is the best approach, right? This is the best approach that can give you, without using subquery, this is the best approach. Do you understand? But because you also know that there is something called subquery. So that is why you can use this. First name, you have grouped. You are using this having, right? It's an aggregate function. The count is an aggregate function. So you are using this count to limit the record to those ones that appear only once. And then you order by first name. Do you understand now?
Yes, I do.
Yes. So that's it. I know it can be confusing, but that's part of the reason why we are practicing, so that we can get to understand those complexity and be able to solve them. Any other person with any other question or feedback? I think Esther, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I didn't see your answer.
Mind you, my laptop is there. I have to switch to my phone back.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so I think we will stop here. We have spent almost 2 hours today, So our feedback from people. Do you have questions? Do you have anything? Hope you enjoyed the class. Feedback, so that next week will be the next class, so that we know that go and watch videos that we have done before. Share with your friend. If there are questions based on those videos, or there are questions that you want me to clarify, we can come to class next week again and clarify it. Next week will be the final class. We'll do some quizzes to test our knowledge. Then we will wrap up the class. Any other question that you have, you can go back to the video and watch, because I don't know when I will have the opportunity to organize this kind of, or to facilitate this kind of class again. Okay, back to you. Any question, please? Any clarification? Any feedback? Over to you, Esther. Thank
Okay,
you.
all right. Thank you very, very much for today. I'm sure at least for us to be able to participate in the question and answer, it means we've actually learned a lot. And to all our participants who are actually on the call today, from Bolanle to Abisola, Michael, Tolushende, and Oluwashi, and Oni also, I would like to appreciate your participation that I made the class interesting. We're all able to learn from each other. I'm sure we're able to learn a lot also. At least for us to be able to answer questions from what Taya has given to us, it means we are moving forward. We are not where we used to be before. And it's not as if it's something strange that we are learning already. So we have an idea of what SQL and how to write query language now. Tayo, sorry, please, before we go, I wanted to ask some question. This apart
Okay.
from writing this query language or this SQL this thing, what if it has to do with this site you give us has to do with hospital? What if it has to do with staff organizations, maybe name of staff, their salary and every other thing, or a school? Is it the same way we are writing, the same way we actually bring it together?
It's the same way. It's the same way. It's the same way. Okay, don't worry. Let's just do something quick before we go. I told you that we have different schema. This is hospital that we have picked. This is another Notchwind database, right? So this one has customer, employees. Do you understand? It's the same thing. Just go there, select. See, it's any table you see. It's the same way. The same syntax you are using from employees. Do you understand? From employees, right? So run it. Then you continue to play. Can you see? Employees. Higher date, region, you understand? So order, what are their orders? So it's the same way. It's the same way where you understand. Where
Because this
first
one, it
name.
seems we've been working on patients for some while. So
No, because I just want us to get familiar,
all right,
because that is what I use for the slide. So it's better to use, do you understand?
exactly.
Equals this. So any record type you go to, just know that the same syntax, just understand the way they are joined together, then you continue to manipulate them from there. Do you understand? So that's all. You can see.
Okay, also
So
please, I want to ask the situation, this when we work with Power BI at times, we actually bring data sets from maybe Excel, SQL, and every other thing. Is it the same structure query we actually bring into the Power BI to actually
yes,
visualize?
that's what you are doing. And that is why people do Power BI, but they don't understand what is happening behind the scene. That is what the Power BI is doing for you behind the scene, right? So what you are doing now is what the Power BI is doing for you. When you say you want to get, when you do sum, do you understand?
Okay, some
When you do
count.
sum,
Yeah.
when you do count, that is the count that we are doing here. This is the query Power BI is writing for you. When you order on your Power BI, do you understand? That is what it's doing for you. When you sort, that is what it's doing for you. You get it? So somebody that understands SQL will perform better when it comes to Power BI. Power BI is more of you using, it's the level of encapsulation. Do you understand? So you're not seeing what is happening behind. You're just doing clicking. You're just dragging and dropping. Do you understand? That's what you're doing. But this is what's happening behind the scene for you. Do you understand now?
Okay.
So
Right.
it is an advanced level when it comes to Power BI. But again, that one displays for you because you get some situations whereby you will need to get your hands dirty actually. So that's when SQL comes into play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
Okay. Good.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay. So
So does
I
anyone
think
still have any question? So Tayo, because I want to discuss, it seems that you actually get a question for us to do, then to ensure we actually understand better, so we can get anyone who completes that task, please. We'd like to give them a certificate of it's not easy attending class for 4 sections and
for
not
4 sessions. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
can
I
just
agree with you.
prepare something, maybe like what you just do. Then we just give them like a week or so. Then once they respond, we can forward to your email and you give us a go
Okay.
ahead of those who have actually done
Okay,
that.
so they can actually take the question home and go and work on it and return.
Yes. It might not be in
Yeah,
the
that's
class.
fine.
That's after next class, so we can give them enough time to
Okay.
work on
Okay,
it.
that's fine. That's fine. That's
So
fine.
next week we'll be expecting that.
Of course, after we can give like 10 questions, people go and solve it and return the answer. Okay,
yes.
that's fine.
So after
At least
that,
for them to get the answer, that means they have worked on it. At least they have
exactly.
acquired some knowledge. And yeah, I agree with that.
Of the answers,
Okay.
we even require watching the videos over to understand better.
It's better. I understand that. I will get those questions together so that we can do that. Okay.
I hope it's
Thank you
fine
very
with
much.
every one of us. I hope we are fine with that. So you can just get a certificate of completion. It's not just by attending the class, but by understanding what we have actually learned. That's just
So Esther, somebody is asking, how quick will this be on YouTube?
By tomorrow evening, it should be on YouTube because I have to
Okay,
download them. By
okay,
tomorrow evening,
tomorrow evening.
yes, it should be on YouTube.
Tomorrow evening it will be on YouTube. Tomorrow evening.
I'll share the link for everyone to watch.
Okay, okay, that's fine. You can only also share links with people that are not here. You know, some people thought maybe it's just like one of those classes whereby you just come and hear stories and go. But I think people that are here, if I think for me to have learned some things, I hope you have learned some things. You know,
We are learning
can
from
share it
you.
with people. You know, no, I'm just saying because people will feel like, oh, I want to learn, I want to learn. Now, when they see opportunity to learn, you see many people for dragging. You understand? Because yeah, but you can share with them based on the word of mouth you have. Let people have the knowledge. You don't know when those knowledge become useful. I know some people that are looking for this knowledge here and there, but you can go online and watch. But see, the advantage of this class is because we are talking to ourselves. You understand?
Yeah,
We know, you understand, we're able
interactive.
to relate, interacting and all those things. Not a recorded video. Okay, that thank you very much. I think that
All
will be
right.
all from my
Then
side.
okay,
All
I
right.
would like to appreciate
So
everyone.
the next class is next week
Next
Saturday, right?
Saturday, yes,
Next
the
week Saturday,
second
same time,
same time,
same
yes,
time.
same time and same link also. We'll communicate that during the week to everyone on the group chat.
Okay,
We have a group chat
okay,
for the to do
okay,
that.
that's
And
fine.
we have some activities to do during the week for those who are members on the platform. So all information will actually be shared on the platform also. So we'd
Okay,
like to appreciate everyone who took our time to attend to this session. Really appreciate. I'm sure we've learned a lot. Let's just take our time, relax, and digest what we've actually learned also. So thank you, Tayo, also for your time. Really
all right,
appreciate
you're welcome.
it. Very easy bringing
Okay,
you in.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you,
all
sir.
right, thank you.
Very
Okay,
much.
bye.
And
Thank
have
you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you,
a blessed
Thank you
bye.
very much. Bye. Bye. Thank you. Yeah.